Hello everyone, welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. Today we're wrapping up our discussion of the Girdle of Venus, but we're focusing on the more sexual form where it's referred to as the life of the libido. Okay? So we're going back to the 19th century for a historical look at how things used to be. What terminology was used? So all of that is kind of important. So we will see what we have. All right, for those of you who are new to the channel and you didn't have a chance to see the last video yesterday, this is what we talked about. This is what it looks like. This line that curves between your index finger and your middle finger and your ring and your little finger, okay? Swoop. This format is a little rare. That is, you're not going to find it on everybody or a few people. It's a small percentage. This is the one that you would find on most people. It's like a semi-girdle. And it may not be quite that long. It may end more like here. But the great thing about it, if you have it, if the line's quality is not broken, it's just an even line, okay? And if you're more fortunate, or if you have all the way, it's the quality that makes the difference. In fact, that can be applied to any line on the hand. All right? So let's get just a little history. So let's go back in our thinking to the 19th century just to see how things were looked at. A little different from what they are now. But this was accepted in the 19th century, especially at the beginning. And of course, we were constantly evolving. And we're still evolving. All right, it says, during the 19th century, when hysteria was a commonly diagnosed condition, palmists called the Girdle of Venus the line of hysteria. That's when you have characteristics of one person and you tend to put them under the category of something that is known. So if it's similar and the palmistry in comparison, according to them, they're thinking that, well, maybe it's an aspect of hysteria. Perhaps that's what people really have, but they just didn't know for sure. Okay, today we may consider it as a symbol of the frustrated individual who is unsuccessfully searching to release his or her energies in sexual activities. Because this sexual energy is present in those with hysteria and in the tendency toward sexual promiscuity, some palmists called it the line of the libido. That's how it got its name. Okay? Now we're constantly evolving, and some terms we apply to issues or something that we take, we've accepted that it's a done deal. That's what it is. We may change. Someone may come along who has researched and find that, no, this term works better for it. So nothing is permanent. Everything is evolving and evolving to give you the best answer. So these are the examples. That's a complete circle or semicircle, and that's a short one. Okay. Now, our next one we're going to talk about is the Simeon line, or correctly termed the single transverse palmar crease. And this is what it looks like. So we're going to take a little historical look here too. So let's see what it says. Okay. This line exists when the heart and headlines join. You'll only see one line running across your palm. The headline normally is below this line, but they've combined together to form one line, and it's fairly common. You can find it on the right hand as well as the left hand. Have it on both hands or just one hand, okay? This line is often misunderstood. In China, it is believed that if a woman has a Simeon line in her hand, her life will be filled with misfortune. Many 19th century Western palmists felt that it represents brutality and other animalistic tendencies. Neither belief is necessarily true. So let's go on. The presence of this line merely tends to intensify both the mind and the personality, because the headline deals with the mind, how you think, and the heart line deals with emotions of all kinds. So when these two are together, naturally, the feelings of emotion and intellect will coincide, and there's a conflict sometimes. Okay, going on. People with Simian lines often alternate between one emotional extreme and the other. Their feelings are often in conflict with their intellect. So once you understand what's going on, it's better for you. They are very tenacious, love hard work, have a strong capacity for accomplishment, and strive to overcome obstacles. And that would be obstacles of any kind. Okay? So let's get into a closer look at this, and then we'll continue here. All right, this says clearly formed. That is a straight line. These markings represent beginning of life and falling right in line with everybody else's emotions. It could be relationships or something where the heart is involved. So even though the heart is involved, you've got the mind that has something to say. Okay? All right, let's go on to the next page where we are now. So in relationships, people with Simeon lines make interesting, although sometimes volatile, partners. You can have a relationship, but because of all of this constant action going on in your head and in your heart, going together, you've got so much conflict. It's just so much. So many times people just don't understand. All right, moving on. If the skin texture, mounts, and fingers indicate a coarse personality, because your texture, if it's coarse, it's hard. It's hard. It's like people who work outside with their hands. The owner of the Simeon line can be violent and unpredictable. So it depends on many things that will add to what you really represent. You represent a person that does hard work, you take things seriously, and then you do have this conflict in the mind. So when you have that, then we can, sorry about that, we can get our minds together. When you yourself, if you have the line, when you understand what's going on, it's better. The main thing is adjust yourself so you can relax. You can relax. Okay? So we end our discussion, and when we continue next time, we will start on Saturn, the line of Saturn or your fate line. So if you like this, thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the new subscribers. We now have 700. That's wonderful. We're moving along. Well, have a wonderful day. Love yourself. Love and light. Bye.